Greetings, Africa. Welcome to Footprint of Africa. Yes, this is where African football, what? I didn't know how to call it.
Footprint!
This footprint.
I'm telling you.
Footprint of Africa. Not African football. It is Footprint Africa.
Fresh air. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Greetings, Africa. Welcome to Footprint of Africa. My name is Elasto Capoeja. Good to have you once again for yet another episode of this lovely show that, of course, discusses African football. Yes, today on this show, we're going to look at Bafana Bafana. I think there's a renewed hope in terms of what South Africa has been if the qualifiers are anything to go by. Can Bafana Bafana win Afcon 2025? This is exactly what we're going to discuss today on this show. But before we go on and look at exactly those factors that are for and against Bafana winning Afcon, let me take this opportunity to ask you, our valued viewers, to do the honorable, press that subscribe button and also the like button as well, and continue to participate and use that column, that space where the comments section is. We want to hear from you. Get involved as well in what is happening here on studio. Talking about the studio, yes, we are in the lovely studios of Berea Music Production and Broadcast, right here in Horizon View in Rudaport. Podcast requirements, musical productions, you name it, they are all here. The number is there that you can dial if you also want to be able to do what we are doing on this show. I'm not alone. I can never be alone. The gentlemen are here. The full panel of the terrible trio, they are here. Timothy Batabaire and Eno Bedina. Gentlemen, welcome.
Mr. Kapooj.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
At times it wasn't heard of, Mr. Dina, where a couple of years ago, the Afcon editions that we've witnessed of late, where there's this renewed hope about Bafana Bafana. Actually, the talk is, can they actually win the Afcon? When they went in 2023 to Cote d'Ivoire, I think the fans were just happy that Bafana qualified. I remember, Mr. Dina, even the last game, which was a friendly match, I think against Swaziland, I mean, it was difficult, Mr. Dina, to get even the fans to come and watch that friendly game. I think they were lucky if they got 1,000 fans. There were times where going to watch Bafana, the fans were not coming, but look at the games that they've played at home, all full, pegged to capacity. But that is what has changed. Can South Africa win Afcon 2025?
Yes.
Oh, yes, they can.
Yes.
Yes. Take a deep breath.
Yes, a deep breath.
Yes.
The reason why I did that was I was comparing with the 1996 squad.
There you go.
And then I realized that they've got a very good squad.
Yes.
Very good coach.
Yes.
And the clubs that are participating in the CAF Champions League and
yes.
Club World
Yes.
Cup, they're actually doing well.
It's
easier for Bafana now to take what they did last year, the 2023 Afcon.
2023, yes, in Cote d'Ivoire.
Now they know exactly what to expect, the experience.
Yes.
Now this is the time. So I believe.
You believe
that Bafana Bafana can win.
They can win. That's what our sporting director is saying. You are looking good. I like that chain that you have today. You are really looking good. Tim, talking about Bafana and maybe all these factors that you might say are favorable for Bafana Bafana. And one of them, it has always been the strength of the PSL, the Betway Premiership, where the likes of Sundowns, where the likes of Orlando Pirates, where the likes of Kaizer Chiefs, and so many clubs that are contributing to the pool of players from Bafana. It's a Bafana Bafana team that is firing from all cylinders. Are we dreaming of thinking that Bafana can actually win the Nations Cup in 2025?
Thank you, Elasto and Eddie. Before I can attempt to give my reasons why Bafana are one of the candidates to win Afcon 2025, I would like to take this opportunity, to pass on our condolences for the football fraternity of South Africa, having lost, Lucas Molipepis that passed on at 71 years of age. When you're a former player and you have even a stadium named after you, it speaks volume to your contribution in football. May his soul rest in peace.
Thank you.
Speaking of Bafana Bafana, it's interesting times at this moment in time. The vibe is back.
Yeah.
We know South Africans are proud. It's a proud nation, proud people. They are still making that rallying call that yes, it's the time to win again the Afcon, and 2025 Afcon is there for the taking. If you look at this Bafana Bafana squad right now, and you look at the composition of the team right now, they stand a huge chance of lifting the Afcon 2025 in Morocco, and I'll give you the reasons why. You are having Ronnie Williams at this moment in time making his 50th cap. His introduction, his debut was baptism of fire against Brazil. He conceded 5 goals, and he thought he would never be.
I'm sure there were a lot of criticism leveled against him.
Williams' situation reminds me of a young Dennis Onyango in Uganda. I think it was under 20, where they gave him a back pass from the center. And Onyango came to receive the ball, and it went under his legs. There came Onyango chasing the ball. He could not find it until it crossed the line. And it went in. Uganda lost that game. And that was the character building of Dennis Onyango you see today. William, hearing him speak about that day when he conceded 5 goals, he never knew that he would come through. Credit to Baxter and the goalkeeper coach then, Baxter Lee, who took it upon themselves to make sure that they embrace William. They did not drop him. And that is key when it comes to coaches, and that's why it's very important. So you look at the mental strength that has been built, that we witness on this Bafana Bafana team right now. Many are raising the issue that the composition of Bafana Bafana now is Sundowns. From our own experience, we understand that worldwide, the national team is always the composition of almost the best 2 or 3 clubs in the country. And Sundowns is no exception. So if you get the combination of the Sundowns players who are playing week in, week out in the Champions League and they're delivering, that chemistry, we should give credit to Hugo Broos, who has made a decision to make sure that the core of Sundowns team makes the composition of Bafana Bafana. And I will tell you why I'm giving him credit. When Muda was not being played and Soyo Mukwena dropped at Sundowns, because of the understanding of the coach of what they deliver for the national team, he did trust them. It was a choice by trust that these players, I know them, they can still deliver. And he called them to the national team. Many were not impressed, but they delivered. And because they are the fulcrum of the team of Bafana Bafana. Yes, against Uganda, they didn't, it was a draw, 2-2. But if you look at the zeal of how they played that game to come back and equalize, I think that was the cornerstone of this Bafana Bafana team. Having won bronze on the 2023 Afcon, I can tell you that the 80% of the team has been consistent. Now, if you look, Sundowns playing in the Champions League, it's going to play in the Club World Cup.
FIFA Club World Cup.
I can assure you that those are preparation games for the benefit of Bafana Bafana. But the management team of Bafana Bafana and Hugo Broos already identifying those players, the likes of Patrick Shanghai, to come in and fill those gaps. Rainers. Now you're looking at the team of Stellenbosch, whereby directly or indirectly they are making a huge contribution to Bafana Bafana. Whether Sundowns goes to Stellenbosch, buy their players, go to Sundowns, and then they end up on the national team. For me, that is key. But the greatest bonus that I can give Hugo Broos and Rivero is how they are managing this young talent of Mokwen.
Okay, before you go, you want to say something? Yeah. Before you go to Mokwena.
Yes, I understand. We all saying that Sundowns, yes, it is part of Bafana, and now because they'll be playing in the Champions League.
Yes, the FIFA Club World Cup.
But also, don't forget, Stellenbosch. They're also playing at CAF
Confederations Cup as well.
So that's also another huge booster for Bafana Bafana. So you look at Orlando Pirates again.
Pirates as well as the Champions League.
So now you look at the whole Bafana setup. The teams of the core of the players that are coming from, they'll all be participating in Africa Champions League, Confederation Cup. So it will be easier for them now when they go to Africa 2025.
Yeah,
they've got enough depth.
Yeah, enough depth is there. But gentlemen, I think I want to come to you, Mr. Sporting Director, because you understand more on the technical side of things. What is it that would make the job of the coach Hugo Broos easier with this core that is coming from a club like Sundowns that is playing week in and week out these high-level football competitions? What is the mental makeup of these players that would have played FIFA Club World Cup, that would have played CAF Champions League, maybe even gone all the way in some of these competitions? The players, Mr. Dina, that are fighting to win the league, they might have won the league or maybe finishes run-out. You know, what kind of benefits does that bring to Bafana Bafana?
If you look at Sundowns, with the players that are going to be playing week in, week out, whether it's a league and Champions League. But before I even get there, let me tell you something. You look at Sundowns, how Sundowns won the league last season, right? So every team now, they've prepared themselves differently, not because they want to beat Sundowns, but they want to better themselves.
Yes.
So you look at Stellenbosch, a very young full team. Yeah. Now, four players from Sundowns that have been coached to Bafana Bafana. All of them, four of those players, they are under 23. Under 20, and they are participating well in Bafana Bafana. So you see, they play week in, week out. They play against Sundowns. What do? They want to showcase what they can do. Because now they're being called for Bafana, not because they want to impress the coach, but because they want to play their game. That's why now you see Stell is now their level is another level. You look at Orlando Pirates, same thing, like what teammate said. Really, that
Mokwena, yes.
I like how they're managing him. You know, they're not even playing him so many minutes. They need to make him feel that, give him the hunger to say next game I want to do better. Next game I want to do better. True. So you have, if you are a technical director, it will be easier for you now to select the players because you go to things. All those players are playing week in, week out.
Options galore. Options galore.
So many options.
No, I think for me, it is always how these players are coming into this Bafana Bafana fold where they are winners. They are playing. They win almost every match. They want to win the league. That winning mentality will go a long way. I mean, if you look at the likes of Spain 2010. Players coming from Barcelona, Real Madrid. You look at Italy, World Cup, I think it was 2006 if I'm not mistaken. You look at Germany, 2014 as well. You look at where a large pool of players were coming from Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich has been the German machine. You look at on the African soil, gentlemen, the likes of Egypt, they win it 3 times in a row. Where are those players coming from? Most of them coming from our Atli, Zamalek. So there is a huge advantage in these Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, Stellenbosch, and all these other clubs. It really just brings that synergy, and the chemistry is at another level. Team. Now, is South Africa Bafana Bafana feared? Because the reason why I'm asking this thing of fear, at the moment is I heard the coach of South Sudan comparing Bafana Bafana to a Morocco. He says they are like Morocco. Now, if we look at a predominantly local-based composition of a Bafana Bafana, before that would be something where your Ivory Coast, your Egypt, your Morocco would say that, you know what, we can't be so much fearful of Bafana. But things have changed now. It's a Bafana, even though they've got players that are playing in the local league, most of them, but they are instilling that fear in most of the... What has changed when you look at local now that is being respected so much?
My understanding of Southern region football at this moment in time, it has got unique players, very nippy, very talented, and very skillful. They are very comfortable on the ball. So what Hugo Broos has entirely brought to this Bafana Bafana team is the structured, disciplined play and applicability on the field of play. He's not limiting players to express themselves, but they are within the structure, the organizational structure. One of the greatest ingredients of a complete team is having a very good, solid backline, which you don't concede. That's why, if you look at the African Cup of Nations qualifiers that they are just qualified, with Montra came in, Uganda scored him 2 goals. They were like, silver platter goals. Yes, they were good goals from Uganda, but they were, with Williams, they could not have gone in. Now, when you saw the introduction of William coming back to goal, you could see that the rest of the back line was very, very
huge difference.
He is an extra added player on the field of play when they have got the ball. He displayed that even when they beat Morocco in Cote d'Ivoire. Their display in Cote d'Ivoire has already now showed that they are not scared of anyone. And they believe it right now. The players have embraced it. But then you have got a Hugo Broos who took the championship, the Afcon trophy with Cameroon. Mind you, all the senior players of Cameroon then refused to turn up to represent the Indomitable Lions of Matip.
Yes.
And he, on a short notice, assembled a winning squad that won. Now, as players, we have all been players. We are so intelligent that we can easily pick out that this coach, they use that word, the plumber.
Yes.
They say, no, this coach doesn't understand his story. But now you've got a coach who understands his story. He's a parent. He's very embracing. If you look, whenever Bafana Bafana scores, their celebration is towards the coach, the technical team. The way the players celebrate, they embrace each other. It means that there's that huge camaraderie that
it is there to break. It is there, the huge camaraderie. Eddie, looking again, Timothy has just touched the issue of the coach, his role, his pedigree, having won it against, in the 2017 Afcon, winning it right away with unfancied Cameroon having all sorts of challenges. Now, let's look at as well that the expectation right now has changed a bit. 2023, Bafana might have gone to Cote d'Ivoire just to make sure that they try to get out of the group stages. But now, Bafana, the expectations is different with the form that they've displayed. How are they going to handle now this expectation that is there? People are expecting them to come up with something now. They finished third in Cote d'Ivoire.
Good thing is that the players that he has, they've got the experience of playing at such a level, right?
There you go.
Yes, so whatever that is thrown at them, they'll be able to handle it. So, as Tim said, the coach that has won the 2017 Afcon with Cameroon, so also his experience, so he knows how to batter his players. He knows exactly what to do at a certain time, at a certain stage. You look at the characters of the players. You look at their attitude. You look at, especially when they have the ball, the most important aspect of a footballer, the decision making. They, all of them, they're always at the top. So now, for the coach to have such qualities in each and every player, even into the 20-year-old boy, it's perfect.
I mean, that's the thing with the players from the top sides in the Betway Premiership, where the level of competition that they are going to get cannot be understated. You look at the World Cup, the players might not be playing in Europe, but they are going to rub shoulders with European sides at the World Cup. I mean, that is a perfect preparation. I'm sure Hugo Broos will be watching with a keen eye as to what is going to transpire when it comes to the FIFA Club World Cup, when it comes to the Champions League, because Sundowns is in the group stages, and last time they lost it, I think, in the semi-finals. So that's what I'm saying, that the three South African sides are going to participate in a high-level competition. Again, I don't think Hugo Broos needs a lot of European-based players when you've got your top players that are going to participate in these high-profile tournaments.
Lester, there's something that Hugo Broos has done that is very unique. If you're a coach who understands your players, from a distance I can see that Hugo Broos understands all his individual players on a personal level, and that's why he understands how to manage the likes of Lyle Foster. Remember when he had a breakdown, he still brought him to the squad. He does not just drop a player. So he has got a personal understanding of his players, and he has got a huge pool of players to choose from, and he keeps in touch with them. For me, that is a characteristic of a coach who has assembled a family to try and make.
He's a father figure. You said it. Exactly. That is a father figure. Maybe it's good to have these Madalas. These Madalas.
They have nothing to lose.
These Madalas, I think, are good guys. Sometimes when you look at the age team, sorry to just come in there. When whoever made that appointment of Hugo Broos, if it is the president of SAFA, credit, we must give it where it is due. Yeah. Because there were a lot of criticism when we heard that the age of Hugo Broos and the length or the duration of his contract. A lot of eyebrows were raised there. But look at it now. Look where he has taken Bafana Bafana.
If you heard him then speak, he was a confident man who believes in himself and doesn't need any support of anyone. And at this moment as we speak, it's not easy to impress the South African media.
Yeah, so it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for Hugo Broos.
They are saying,
he had to win the hearts of men. And
from the beginning, they didn't want him.
They didn't want him, guys. And people are quiet now. No one is mentioning that, but
they are not quiet. Actually, they have made a difference. They are saying, no, give the old man his flowers.
Yes, give him more life. Now, guys, I think we've discussed a lot about these favorable factors and the strength of Bafana going into this tournament. Yes, it's still 12 months away, more than 12 months away. We should also highlight that fact that it will start somewhere in December 2025. But I'm sure already from qualification, the next thing, of course, is to plan to see what you can do and better what they did in 2023. But now, Mr. Sporting Director, let's look at maybe those stumbling blocks, those obstacles, those challenges that might stand in the way of a Bafana adding to their star to make it two. Because it's only one that they have now, 1996. They need that second star.
Yes, they do.
Away from home soil.
Yes.
Let's look at Morocco, because that is where this competition is going to be hosted. A Morocco side playing at home. Is Morocco a big threat to Bafana? Maybe if you are watching our viewers, you might be from Nigeria, you might be from Cameroon, you might be from Cote d'Ivoire, and you're like, this Bafana that you guys are talking about, definitely we don't have any fear on them. But Morocco, the host, favorite to win this Nations Cup. Do you see them standing in the way of Bafana if they have to meet Bafana somewhere during the tournament?
It's going to be a very, very interesting game.
Yeah.
If they have to meet. Why? Because in 2023,
yes,
South Africa won. So
convincingly beat
yes.
Morocco, the high riding Morocco.
And beating the World Cup semi-finalists.
That's what I'm saying. That.
So what I like about it is that they're playing in Morocco. So as we spoke about Sundowns players playing in the Champions, they played in Morocco.
Yes. There you go. I think I like that. I really like how you are bringing it. That
they are not
strangers.
Yes, it's not
to this kind of an environment.
So playing against a team that is mainly of diaspora players.
Yes.
Mostly Bafana Bafana always rise to the occasion. I don't know why. Whether is it because they want to prove a point that we don't care where you guys are coming from.
They've done well
against this. To do our job. Yes, exactly. So for me, that would be a very interesting game. I would love to watch that game. And if we can get to Morocco.
Again,
Morocco.
We want to get to Morocco.
We want to go to Morocco. 2025 Afcon. We need to be there.
But let me tell you something that's very interesting about the Moroccan game. I think it's going to be more than football because South Africa and Morocco have got some political issues that override even football.
They are not the best of buddies. Let's put it that way.
Morocco and South Africa,
they are not the best of buddies.
The tension on the field.
It's going to come to how the teams prepare, how the players, the mental ability of the different players, how they're going to handle that pressure. Because you're going to have the political influence coming to visit camp to emphasize the importance of how they cannot lose this game. But it's important as players to forget about that and concentrate on the game. But they have beaten Morocco before. And if you look at
I always think about it that Hakimi, he goes up and down. He's so full of energy. And then Bafana.
But against Bafana,
on the right side of Bafana,
who's there?
There's Mudau. Up and down. Same qualities. There's no difference at all.
But now the difference this time you're going to have. You're going to have a Mofken now visiting Hakim on that side. Now, you have a player who is very comfortable on the ball, who can dribble, who can do anything. I guarantee you, Hakim will not be going up and down. Watch.
No. Listen, this is going to be very interesting. Remember on the right side of Morocco, there's Hakim, there's Ziyech.
So
whoever goes
strongest side.
Strongest side.
Yeah, that's the strongest side.
But Bafana is going to be on the other side.
Yeah. Red guys.
It's going to be different sides, but it's going to be a very interesting game.
Okay, guys. Another thing that the issue of Morocco, like we're saying that, South Africa is not Morocco's cup of tea. There are issues, you were just touching on them, that there are tensions that have happened in the past, and so forth and so forth. And of course, we hope that football remains football, sport, and all these other outside conflicts don't find their way onto the football pitch. But nevertheless, at times, these things just tend to happen. That it's a South Africa that wherever they are playing around Morocco, if they are playing Mr. Sporting Director, maybe it's a quarterfinal, they are playing against Benin, and it's in Marrakesh, for example. Obvious, who are the Moroccan fans going to be rallying behind? I'm just saying that hostility. South Africa might face that in Morocco without actually playing against Morocco directly. So how would they handle that? Is it again, like you're saying, that you feel that this team is well equipped to be able to handle this kind of challenges?
Yes, absolutely. They are well equipped. They understand.
Yes.
As I said earlier on, Morocco is also part of now, like Bafana Bafana, to play there. Because they've played there club level, whether now it's going to be Sundowns, whether it's going to be Pirates, or it can be even Stellies. If they
they might play with one of the sides from Morocco.
So playing there, it's an advantage for them. It has been an advantage for them. It's still going to be an advantage for them. So that when they play, whoever, like you said, maybe it might be, let's say, Bafana versus Benin.
Yes.
Moroccans will be supporting Benin.
They will be, yes, exactly. Exactly.
Something that's very interesting about these Moroccan fans. They appreciate good football.
No, they do.
When Bafana dishes out the Bafana South African football,
yes.
I can tell you the support will balance or will be cancelled out. But also, South Africa is known to have passionate fans who are always traveling and following their team. So they will have the numbers there. We have had examples of Sundowns traveling to Morocco, and they have turned those fans to support them and appreciate their kind of football. So it can be the same on the same given day. I can tell you. Just choose to be a neutral and enjoy football.
Yeah, but the good thing is that we're going to be supporting three teams there. There's Bafana, there's Uganda, there's Zimbabwe. So it's
The terrible trio are well represented here. Zimbabwe is going to Afcon 2025.
The return of Zimbabwe.
Uganda, the return, yes, the return, as well as Uganda, that have made the return. But it looks like with Bafana Bafana, the form that they have shown, and as well, all this makeup, the composition of the squad, and you could hear from the guys here in the studio that really they are very confident that Bafana can, finally get that second star away from home. So yes, we'll be watching. We'll be there in Morocco. Definitely, we can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that we will be there, making sure that we bring all the commentary and analysis, from the Nations Cup. But there's a lot of football to be played, of course, between now. Qualifiers are coming. The FIFA World Cup qualifiers are coming as well. South Africa will be looking to make sure that, they do qualify for the World Cup. I think Hugo Broos said that, look, at my age, I want to bow out after helping Bafana qualify for World Cup 2026. What do you think of the chances of Bafana for World Cup 2026 in the group where they are? Yes, there's the mighty Super Eagles that are there. They're mighty.
They are no
not super.
Flying. They are no longer flying.
Yes, so
and you see, this is what I don't understand about Nigeria. You see, if you look at their front line, it's probably one of the best leader force in the continent.
Okay.
According to the players that they have.
Yes.
You look at Osimhen, you look at Victor, you look at Lukman, you look at Moses, you look at Chikwezeze.
That one can just...
That's why there is a difference between individual players and a team.
And making a team.
Make sure that as a technical director, you strive to have a team as opposed to individual players.
No, those are the players.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Talking about a team, this team is about to bow out, but we want to thank you for having joined us, and of course we keep on encouraging you. Press that subscribe button, like button, all those things, so that we can be able to keep the show going. And the comments as well, we love the comments, and you can see we always respond. The terrible trio always respond when you send us those comments. So keep on watching until we meet again. The terrible trio say goodbye.
Goodbye.